Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 45 of the Realm Recap. I am Jason from Yakface.com, joined as always by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
Greetings, interwebs. This has not been that busy a week, actually. So,
No,
for change.
for a change, there was a few kind of big things that kind of came out, throughout the week, but it's mostly been, kind of the same type of things rolling out. A few Hot Toys announcements here, a few Lego announcements there, a few Gentle Giant announcements
Yeah.
there, and then some, fun, stuff that we all are aware of as far as the Force Awakens opens in less than a year, which is hard to believe.
I
Um,
know.
you know, we'll get to it here towards the end, but as always, we'll start out with the latest in toy and collectible news. Starting with Hasbro this week, the Hasbro had partnered with, was it Diamond,
That's right, Diamond
in order to
exclusives.
produce this exclusive previews cover variant, one of the near 90 of them that are now available for Marvel Star Wars #1. This was being offered through Dorkside Toys.
Yeah, and if but this thing is a lot of people pre-ordered this thing, but which is good. And if you pre-ordered, you're likely going to get one, but it's going to be allocated heavily. So I think they did not realize how popular this one was going to be with toy collectors.
Hmm.
So yeah, heavily allocated. So we had to take it off the site because people were just continually trying to get hold of this thing. So if you pre-ordered, yep, chances are you're going to get one fine. But yeah, when they've allocated it, look, it looks like they're keeping some from Toy Fair as well. So yeah, it's going to be one of those ones that's going to be racked up in price. But then again, what isn't going to be racked up in price for this Star Wars #1?
Oh, I know.
Because they're all going for crazy money, as we discussed. £100 in Britain for some, and hey,
Yeah.
anyway, so
So
crazy
that did well over at Dorkside Toys as far as being able
Yes, it
to
did.
fill those orders. Um, Earlier this week, there was some news regarding again the thing that won't die, apparently, the Walgreens Boba Fett. People have still been waiting for their pre-orders, placed back in July of this year. Um, Personally, I had received an email just a couple days ago regarding an outstanding pre-order that I had, um, and because I had to have a card replaced because of like some data breach thing that happened. I don't know if it was a Target thing or a Home Depot thing or one of the countless
Just
data
another
breaches.
account breach at one of these big
Yeah,
stores. So.
I had I had to have a new card reissued, and I think a lot of collectors were under the impression that once that happened and you had to replace a card, you couldn't reorder the figure or update your info in any way, even
Sure.
going through customer service. So basically, if this was the only way you were going to get the figure, you were going to miss it because the pre-orders, you know,
Sure.
they just wouldn't modify your order with the new credit card information. Well, lo and behold, I got this email a couple days ago saying, we couldn't charge your card because of, it wasn't valid any longer. But if you still want it, you need to call, as quick as possible and give us your new credit card information, and we'll be able to fulfill your order. And if you ordered one or more than one, we'll be able to help you out. But, you can't order more than, let's say, if you wanted five and you had ordered
Sure.
two, you couldn't do that. But I think other people out there were getting their orders canceled just outright,
Nice.
and then other people who didn't have credit card problems or paid through PayPal or whatnot, they were
Hmm.
getting their orders canceled and not getting this opportunity to call and possibly update their info or whatnot. It's just a weird thing, and I think you and I both kind of gave a little bit of praise to Walgreens because they offered a bunch of of this product. They were giving updates on social media as far as, oh, we're getting new stuff. We're going to be offering 40,000 more pieces of this prototype Boba Fett, and it just seems to be handled kind of poorly.
Welcome to the world of online toy distribution, Walgreens.
Exactly.
We know your pain. Yeah, this is a really complicated one. I mean, again, there was a lot of people buying way more than their fair share. I think this was a real crazy time for them. I mean, what else do you know of in the Walgreens kind of history that probably would have been so, apart from Prozac, able to buy online legally at Walgreens? I don't know. So I think this really caught them by surprise.
Yeah, and this was their first, Star Wars exclusive. Really, there was the what is it, the 20-inch Darth Maul that, that's not going to be a big,
It's not a big online.
big online or big attractor to collectors. I think not something like this. Boba Fett obviously is a huge.
Only place in the world selling an exclusive Boba Fett.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong? I mean, it's
right.
Yeah, it's.
So the next time they do an exclusive, hopefully they have things a little more organized. Fulfilling pre-orders before selling it in stores. That would be a huge thing. Or, I think this started showing up in stores in September, October.
Yeah.
And people are still trying to get their pre-orders filled online. So.
It's not a great experience that when you pre-ordered something and you're hoping to wait for it and then you see it and then your order gets cancelled. I mean.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, there's undoubtedly people out there that saw it at retail physically and said, oh, well, I've got one on pre-order.
Sure.
Why buy it now? I've already got my money spent, quote unquote. So.
It's, as you well know, we've talked about this before, and it's been well documented for years. Hasbro's distribution has been spotty and complicated, and I'm sure that maybe played a factor into the Walgreens situation. Sure. It could have been that they were getting a pile, and actually Hasbro said, "No, I'm sorry, we're that's it. That's all you're getting," kind of thing. So
yeah,
who knows? But there seems to be enough out there in the second-hand market. You can probably get them relatively easily. So
yeah, and they're not going for crazy money on eBay anymore either. I mean, I think they're pretty reasonable price.
Yep.
And then kind of rounding out the Hasbro news this week, you had just shared, just within the past, half hour or so, some information you had received regarding possibly the Wave 7 of the Black Series line.
That's right. Just as we were talking before the show, it's this information came from a resource before who told me about the Black Series. We'd kind of leaked it a little bit well before, and I believed it, and thankfully it was right. So we'll trust the source again in terms of what they're giving us. It's not. I mean, it's really not the biggest news out there. It's not new Black Series figures that we actually haven't seen. So we have had notification of these, but getting UPCs for them, getting to, as you and I believe from looking through this information, that it could well be Wave 7, but it may also be a bit of Wave 8 too. We don't really know. So. Clone Commander Doom we knew about, and there's an image of him as shown. Chewbacca, which I actually don't even remember seeing a Chewbacca.
Yeah, I think they showed that just recently.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Like the ceremonial Chewbacca, which looks really different from the.
We have an image of that. That's right. Yes. Dagobah Test. That was the Vader that we've seen, and that's the official name for it. I'm reliably told is Dagobah Test, not whatever it was before. I think it was Luke's Test or something.
Yoda's Test.
Yoda's Test. That's what it was. Dagobah Test is the one. Dutch Vander, we've seen that before. Captain Rex, we have seen, and he was a bit of a disappointing looking figure. Here's hope they correct that. Princess Leia, and as you quite rightly pointed out, it could be either ceremonial or the Bush figure. We just don't quite know because there was no real indication given as to what would come first.
Right. The ceremonial version of Leia
was shown first.
Was shown quite a while ago, so it's my guess it's probably that one since we just had seen the Bush one at the New York Comic Con.
Yep. And the Han, as you mentioned as well, that was the one we saw at San Diego Comic Con. Was it New York Comic Con?
It was New York. Yeah, it was the Carbonite Han.
And I just remember seeing, we saw the two, and a lot of confusion. I remember you and I both commenting on different pages for people. They saw the images of Jawa, and a lot of people on my site and yours, everywhere were saying, are these 6-inch? And they weren't, they're 3.75-inch. But they came as a 2-pack, but this is marked Jawa rather than Jawas. I don't know quite what the plural of Jawa is, actually. Maybe it is Jawa, I don't know. So, but the little guys are coming at some point. So
Wouldn't it be just like Hasbro to split those into two releases, and you've got
well, I mean, we've had cool packs before where we've had droids with them. We didn't see those, so it's highly unlikely we're going to get them. And I would imagine with the whole kind of cost cutting towards 5POA and keeping the cost down in some cases, we won't get droids. But I don't know.
right.
They're very small figures. Surely they would pack two. But I mean, we got little Yoda in his little backpack on a single card twice. Just a little bit rich, Hasbro. That's a little bit, but
We will see what we shall see, I guess.
So yeah, so just some rumors at the moment, I guess. But
It's nice to have those, the UPC things to kind of nail down, because a lot of people search by UPCs at different store,
Sure.
Because Target uses DPCI to inventory their product, and that doesn't break down each individual figure. That's just a general assortment that they've been using since 2010. So
Indeed.
very good.
What's next?
Moving on to Sideshow and Hot Toys. There was some news that Hot Toys had posted earlier this week regarding they're now the official distributor in Asia for Sideshow's product, which is kind of the flip of what Sideshow does for Hot Toys here in the U.S.
That's right.
So
if you're lucky enough to be in Asia or that kind of region, it's been kind of hard to get from. I was in that region, and I know it was kind of hard for a lot of people to get Sideshow product. They would have to go directly to Sideshow. Shipping was a huge issue. I mean, staying in Australia, you can literally get Hot Toys delivered for $10 to $15 from Hong Kong. So that's a very cheap price as opposed to maybe the 50 or 60 that you can pay for them from the US to Australia. So there's definitely that part of the world some cost to be cut and sales to be had when you can reduce the shipping. So that'd be nice. So yeah,
it's pretty cool.
More Star Wars, yeah.
Let's see what else. Also regarding Hot Toys, it seems like this figure's been out forever, but we've talked about it for the past month or so. But they did officially put the Hot Toys 1/4 scale Boba Fett up for pre-order.
I know. This was the one that we thought was fake at first, but
at first we
slowly...
did.
And I believed it seemed like an awful lot of work for someone to go to, but we did get a terribly grainy little image, and that was a logo I think I'd never seen that before. But
yeah, it is on some of Hot Toys' other products. There's a Terminator 1/4 scale figure and a Batman 1/4 scale figure that has it. It was misleading. Why a lot of people thought it was fake is in the forum that it was originally posted over at sideshowcollectors.com. The person that posted it posted that it was fake, that he had mocked it up in Photoshop, and what we can now assume that was meant to be sarcastic.
Well, that's true.
Anyway, but all of these images are exactly what he had posted as far as the preview panel. And
I think the thing that caught me as well was how weirdly small that it was, like a gigantic Boba on a tiny little skiff.
Yeah, the railing on that thing is just really awkward. That looks, weird. Better for a 12-inch figure than a 1/4 scale.
Which threw me as well, thinking someone had maybe had a little bit of a skiff they'd hacked up and.
Yep.
It's very strange, but it's a beautiful piece. A really weird decision to go 1/4 scale on this.
Yeah, this is Hot Toys' first 1/4 scale Star Wars figure.
Yeah.
I guess we went with Boba Fett in the Return of the Jedi outfit. And that's kind of refreshing too in a way, because it seems like everything that comes out is always the Empire Strikes Back version of the costume. It's
1/4 scale. I think that put a lot of people off. It really was quite a shocker, especially at the $469.99 price, which is, I mean, again, it's 1/4 scale. It is a beautiful piece, but with so many cool toys at the moment, it's.
I mean, when you compare it to Sideshow's premium format line, it's a huge bargain in the fact that their premium format line, you can't pose it. It still has a lot of the same detail as far as it's got cloth and it's got, the paint is usually typically pretty good.
Oh, it's stunning, yeah.
The sculpt is great, but yeah, this is an articulated quarter scale figure for not too much more than a premium format figure from Sideshow.
That's true. That's very, very true. I think it's also I felt the timing of it was just there's a lot of people spending a lot of money at Christmas, and it just seemed a little bit close to the edge. But you're right. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. It is a beautiful piece, and added to the wish list for me of the Hanon Carbonite and the full life size Boba, that would be fantastic. Yes, but it's a stunner. It is a stunner.
And then, let's see, wrapping up the Hot Toys news this week, some images had shown up at the Toy Soul show, the Toy Soul 2014 show, just this past week, of the Darth Vader from A New Hope, as well as the Obi-Wan.
They nailed that Obi-Wan.
I think both of the figures look just impeccably
Sure.
great. I mean, I've read some comments and whatnot of, oh, there's something wrong with the Vader's helmet. The likeness looks too young for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't know.
I absolutely think
I find it tough to complain about either figure.
Yeah, I wasn't criticizing the fit in any way. I think it's a certain degree of, even after the recent Sideshow fit, which was a stunner as well. It was a beautiful figure that Sideshow produced so recently as well, which is also kind of confusing now that Sideshow and Hot Toys are working together. But it's a beautiful Vader. To a certain degree, when it's not a human face, it's a little bit easier, I think, in some ways to do, and less easy to get disappointed with facial sculpts. But I just think they absolutely nailed that Obi-Wan Kenobi. Absolutely. The cloth cape, the fabric.
Yeah.
It's, geez, that is Alec Guinness to me. It's an absolute beautiful figure. But, yeah, looking forward to them. They are beautiful looking pieces. So that's the ones we mentioned come as a set. Or singly.
I'm not sure if they're coming as a set. I mean,
really?
they will be offered as a set, but you could probably buy them individually as well. You know, kind of like how they did with the Stormtroopers.
Sure.
So.
Well, there's a single stand there for Darth, so potentially yes, but yeah, that would.
And there were single stands for those Stormtroopers too.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but that Vader looks pretty awesome.
He does. They seem to have the right tone on everywhere. It's just, yeah, they're pretty damn amazing, these figures these days. So yeah, save your pennies.
Very cool. Let's see what else here. Oop, I'm looking for. Moving on to the other manufacturers and customs for the week.
Was Hero Cross, I think.
Hero Cross. Yeah, we had spoken, I think, on the show last week or maybe the week prior about the new Sand Trooper Hero Cross hybrid metal figuration figure. This one. These two figures were shown on Facebook today. Again, I think these were shown at the Toy Soul 2014 show. That's right. These are for R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Nice. Yeah, I really like that line. Very nice indeed. A little Boba
Pretty
Fett
cool.
as well, which we talked about. The Sand Trooper, which you revealed as well a while back. Yeah, that's nice. R2's really cool looking. I really like that. Nice little dinky size, and of course they're metal in parts, so pretty solid and heavy. Nice. Way to go.
Yeah, I think you have some of these.
I do. Stormtrooper and the Darth Vader, both great sets, and Hero Cross have I think they've done a great job of the Vader. It's a mini Hot Toys in some way.
Right. Kind of a super deformed.
Yeah, super deformed mini Hot Toys. Lots of attachments, weapons, great looking little saber. Beautiful cape and sets of hands as well. So they're really rounded out figures, and they do some really nice display cases with stands as well. So yeah, they're mini Hot Toys basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think these now join the other ones they've offered. Like we said, there was the Vader, the Stormtrooper, the Shadow Stormtrooper.
That's right, Shadows. I forgot about them.
And obviously the regular Stormtrooper and the Sand Trooper. So.
Yes, little squad coming for you.
Expanding that line quite a bit. Let's see. Moving on to a couple more affordable items. There was a new Lego poly bag that was posted a couple days ago via Brickset. This is the TIE Advance prototype, which is from Star Wars Rebels.
Without the the Rebels logo's down there. I was going to say there's no Rebels logo up there, but yeah, down the bottom. That's a pretty little basic set, but still nice to get.
The Inquisitor's TIE Fighter, which is kind of fun.
Lego seems to be terrible at kind of getting a release information about this. It's always got to be Brickset or a forum or Eurobricks, or someone's got to scrounge around to get this information out that these little sets are out there. But
right. Yeah, I think because last week we talked about the ATDP being available for free with purchase at, what was it, Lego stores and Lego.com or LegoStore.com. So this is another one available. This one was found already at retail in Canada, in British Columbia.
Yeah, so who knows where else that'll turn up. Sometimes it's only one country, and then it takes forever to appear in the different one. But yeah, if you're Polybag fiend, of which I know one,
love them.
Love them. So yeah, more Lego is next.
Legos. Lego Store has updated their site. I'm not sure how long ago they did, but they have posted some of the 2015 sets, which include, Slave One, which is a UCS set, the TIE Advance prototype, the full-size one,
Wookiee
Gunship, the ATDP.
Oh no, that's old. Yeah, ATTB. You're right. That's right. That's brand new.
Yep. These are all supposed to be coming January 1st online. I read a couple reports in some various forums that they have been found in stores. Wow. I'm not sure if that's in the U.S. or in the U.K., but some people do have these in hand, and I've seen reviews of a few of these sets.
Well, I mean, it's a matter of days away, really, from the turn of the year. So yeah. It wouldn't be that hard to imagine. That's a cute-looking little ARC 170.
Yeah, I like those. That's one of the microfighter sets.
Yep, looking good. Can't wait to get all of them. Nice. Oh, it's going to be an expensive year, Jason. Oi, never mind.
Let's see, what else? Moving on to Gentle Giant. They had recently, as of Monday, updated their whole website, and they also posted some new product available. Not a whole lot for Star Wars. Only one set, really, which is just another set of AT-AT bookends, which I think they had a set prior, but in the video we had shared last week that showed some never before seen merchandise, there was within those images there was another AT-AT shown, and this is obviously it.
That's a beautiful looking piece.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The one you're showing there that has the Luke on it is the Premier Guild exclusive version.
Nice.
For $225, that's just
ouch.
That's a lot for a set of bookends, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a pricey piece, Well, I mean, it is a nice little display with the Star Wars movies or books there. It's DVDs, but yeah, that's an expensive piece, man. Gentle Giant are a little bit pricey these days, as we spoke about a while back. But I mean, Gentle Giant have actually merged, to be fair.
Right.
With another company who we believe was part of them at one point, but they've the 3D studio, so it's kind of merge and some interesting stuff about some of the 3D models they'll have for download, but yeah, very slick site, very visual, nice images and so forth. But
yeah, we talked about that a little bit last week on the show, so if you wanted to give that a listen, we kind of run down that a little bit on episode 44. Let's see. Next thing was an item you had found regarding some
this was
buried egg video.
Yeah, I thought this was really kind of cool, and hopefully we can play a little bit of the video without my machine freezing to death, which it seems to want to tonight. The buried egg, yes, a follower on Twitter we both are friends with, and he just did a really nice mashup video of him as a child opening up his Millennium Falcon in Christmas 1981, and the recent version from 2012. So it's a very nice side-by-side little video. We won't play it all here, but just to give you a little shot, there's him as a kid in 1981, and there he is, a grown adult like us, opening his 2012 one. So I thought it was a great combination. So you get some photographs of that when you were
I
getting
do.
younger.
Yeah, I've shared those prior. To be honest, I have them within arm's reach.
As always.
As a bunch of stuff falls down. So yeah, not it. Here's
but definitely check out Betty Diggs. Let me just stop that so you can share the proper.
Oh yeah, I'll turn that on. Yeah, there's
there you go.
Polaroid of myself and
nice
putting that together. Here's one of, again, me and my dad putting the stickers on the Millennium Falcon. Yep.
That's
This was Christmas Day 1980 when I was putting that together. So yeah, I saw that video earlier that was shared by a few people out there, and that's immediately where I went to was, that's my dad and I putting together the.
It's pretty cool, and to have video of you when you were a kid, video is something special. So it deserves a watch. So there's a link in the show notes, and thank you, Betty Day, for sharing it both with Jason and I. So much appreciated.
Very cool. The next thing was speeder bike green scenes you had shared. This was a kind of a custom photography deal.
This blew me away. This was in the Black Series forum you and I haunt at times, and I'm just logging into Facebook there, and we'll share that on screen. This was, let me get the proper link. There's some great stuff going on in that group. There's some really good photography, and obviously both your site and many of the customizing forums, people are doing a great job of sharing Black Series figures, putting them with diagrams, making customs. Good God, Flores' work for weeks of his stunning stuff that he's done. But this one also caught my eye, and if Facebook would load instead of lots of their ads, we'll get to have a little look. And this is Joshua Knuth. I'm killing your name, dude. I'm really sorry. But let's share this on screen. It really caught my eye there, to the ingenuity of how you can do this here. So this is a Hasbro figure, but look at that background. That's just gorgeous. And he shows you how he did it. And he takes through some steps to go through, and gets his little green screen there as he's in his lab, looking very much like Brandon Flores' little studio. Is that Peltz in the background? Maybe that's Wookiee Peltz. Maybe he's a bounty hunter. But just getting on that little stand there and how he worked it all out in his desk. There's another shot there, and then he superimposed, and a lot of people in the group just mentioned how they did it, and there's the finished result. But I thought that was really slick. That was very
cool.
So yes, that was just a little customizing piece there, and I think we'll get some more customizing links in just a second.
Yeah, and for people that are listening and not watching, we'll have show notes, and there'll be links to individual images, so you could check those out at your leisure. There was another one that you had shared, was the use of the Black Series 3 3/4 inch figures.
That's right, just to shake it up, 3 3/4, and I just thought it was a nice little touch there. The recent Wampa figure we both got, and that's just a nice job there, that little diorama in the back with the figure there. So there's some great work out there, and again, we've shared quite a lot of stuff from your guys and your forums, the Yakfinity stuff, and there's stunning stuff every week. So if this is one of the first times you're listening to the Realm Recap, definitely check out the Yakface forums. There's a lot of incredibly cool customizers, and again, even on the Realm Recap, we're sharing stuff like Brandon Flores' work. So yeah, share your cool stuff with us if you want it to be seen, and if we can get a chance, we'll put it in the show.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Here's a quick gallery of images that was shared to me earlier in the week. He had. I'm trying to find the link here quick. Here comes. This customizer Jim had produced some little maquettes based on unused Macquarie art, or art that had later turned up in, various Star Wars things. But these are like little sculptures under little glass cubes, and he's got a little description. It's very curated type of looks that you'd see in a museum almost. A lot of these figures are pretty recognizable. If you were to have a book like the Star Wars Chronicles, a lot of these figures show up in there.
Oh, there's Hoover at the Attark. I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Nice touches here. I love that, as you said, heavily curated. That those display cases are gorgeous. So yeah, a little fact finding of stuff that never made it to screen. Um, I've seen those before as well. The plant creatures from
Yeah.
the Droids comic, Clone Wars cartoon. They're beautiful. For the slug creature from
That
Empire
one's my
Strikes Back.
favorite. I
Yeah,
love that one.
that is nice. That's beautiful. Isn't that amazing? I mean, sometimes we always talk about Hasbro, Sideshow, Hot Toys, all these amazing guys, but sometimes the customizers that we share here just blow my mind. The work they do, it's
Yeah.
stunning, stunning stuff.
Let's see some other additional artwork regarding some poster art that we had both shared.
Yeah,
This was one that turned up on the DeviantArt website. I think you had
this was a
shared.
beauty. Yeah, I think I saw this first. Just trying to share this here just now. Just loading slowly. Again, slow browsers this evening. But I mean, there's a lot of episode 7 out there right now, but this was a stunner. The first thing I thought was Drew Struzan. Did you know?
Oh
Or
yeah, for sure.
wow, that was it's pretty spectacular. Very nicely done. It's just gorgeous. It's really, I mean, the style is obviously emulating Drew Struzan there, but just the older hand. Chewie looks great. I don't know quite who that character is there.
That's Leia.
Oh, so it is. Dope. And some vehicles and interpretation going on there, but that's,
Yeah, the vehicle is one of the ones that was shown in some of that concept art that had leaked out. Daisy
so it
Ridley's
was.
vehicle.
That's right.
But that Daisy Ridley picture at the top is really good.
That is nice.
And got the Falcon in there. The only thing that's not in there is the BB-8.
That's true. That's true.
But no, this is a fantastic. I mean,
Somebody sat and drew this. I mean, that's
yeah,
you'd be getting stick creatures if it was me, little stick men and women. So well done to the very talented artist here, which is, if I'm correct, yes, Rampant Imagination A. So is he from Canada? No, I don't know. So yeah, very good.
and then there was another one that had turned up. I saw this had shown up on Twitter, one of the thousands of sites that I follow on Twitter. This was a kind of a cool interpretation of the Star Wars original poster, which just features a strong graphic of Darth Vader with an X-wing superimposed
Yep.
on it,
Just
which kind of
loading Ollie Moss again. Yeah. Wow, that is a belter. That is an absolute belter. I've got some prints from Ollie Moss, who did those beautiful sunset of on Tatooine, and it's C-3PO's face, and Vader's an AT-ST in the forest. I'm sure you've seen them at some point.
yeah.
But, this is an absolute beautiful poster. How clever is that? That is just
I'm gonna
genius.
I'm gonna share my screen as well
Yeah,
because
sure.
yours isn't popping up right away.
Oh, okay.
Me. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
It is very slick indeed.
Very minimalistic, very 70s
Mm.
looking as far as the font usage, and
Yep.
it's not lens flares and silhouettes. It's very artistic and interpretive. So
I'm sure you've got the Star Wars poster book, the one that Steve Sansweet curated from many years
I
ago.
do not yet.
Oh, it's a cracker. The older one, not the newer one that's just either just about to come out.
No, I don't have either.
The older one is a real beauty if you can get hold of it, and has a ton of. We've all maybe seen some of these at one point or another. The Polish version of the poster
Right.
for Star Wars, and the kind of cowboy hat, and you think, what is that relevant to? But this almost looks as if it could fit in, as you said. It's got that very retro vibe.
Yep.
It wouldn't look out of place in that book from some country way back then. So it's beautiful. Well done, Ollie Moss. Beautiful, talented.
And then I think I'll share this one here.
Sure.
I'm not sure if this is attached to my Facebook account or not. This is again another custom from Brandon Flores. There's been some talk the past few days regarding the Samurai Vader and Stormtrooper line. Uh, he's working on a custom version of the Royal Guard. Even though there's one coming out, I'm going to try to share this quick before
Go
we
for it.
go. Share this. Start. Okay.
Nice.
This is like a obviously it's kind of a work in progress so far, but it's very
Yeah.
especially the
Wow.
headshot there regarding the Royal Guard. I thought it was pretty cool. It kind of
That is
has like
really
the
cool.
top knot design, and he also has like a emperor figure as well. So
It's a big ass cane the Emperor's got there.
yeah, go back there.
It's a beaten stick. That's a nice set of figures. That's beautiful. So that Royal Guard appears in comics
No,
or
this is
concept art?
base. This is just something he had come up with to fit in
Oh,
with
okay.
the
Okay.
samurai line.
Nice.
Let's see if I can find another one here. I thought he had sent me um, some images that were farther along as far as they were some full body arms and legs and
Sure.
everything, but I can't seem to find them right now. But um, anyway, yeah, again, Brandon Flores he's got things nailed down as far as
The custom,
the
yeah,
customs.
absolutely.
So
He knows what he's doing. So, yes, indeed. Um, I think
let's
we're moving on
see.
to the
We could
next.
skip number 13. And then we'll move on to TV, movie, and book news, since I don't think either one of us had any new
Yeah.
reviews or updates this week for our toy guides and whatnot. Um,
Nope.
Earlier this week, it was announced, or everyone was kind of marking their calendars that the Force Awakens is a year away.
I know. It's
Hard to believe.
and as you said, that means I've got to wait a whole year. It's like it is a long time. It's but hell, well, it's countdown now. So
Yep,
364 now, or 363 now, I think.
I think
So
so.
yeah, it's pretty busy stuff. So
It'll fly right by too.
I know. Yes, somebody's made a comment there quickly about something about North Korea. Unless North Korea has a problem with it. So
Right.
classic. I like it. So yes, unless North Korea decides to have a fit about the new Star Wars movie, don't you dare. Then yes, that'll be out in a year's time.
There was another uh, Force Awakens article you had shared regarding a new cast member that had been officially finally confirmed. I mean, this was a rumored um,
That's
actress
right.
that had been
Yeah, we
out there
got.
for a while.
Yeah, that's right. Maisie Richardson Sellers. I honestly don't know where she's from. I don't know her
No.
of any other work, but beautiful looking young woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she's going to be in The Force Awakens. Again, we don't know whether this person's going to appear. I think we were talking about this week. This person could appear like Lobot on screen for blink and you miss it. Of which I'd rather say, let's see more of this gorgeous girl here. But yeah, so. Oh, in fact, Star Wars is or was her first screen acting job. So
Wow.
there you go.
It's not a
Um,
terrible terrible gig to get in on, I guess.
I know what a terrible first start to your entire career. So yeah, she was. She's going to be the Force Awakens, so it says. So we'll see, but wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise me.
I think her name first popped up this summer
Oh, did it? Okay.
being attached. There were a few other people mentioned that as part of the free runner type. I can't remember what is that deal. What is that called where you're running through environments and you're jumping over stuff and what is it
Oh,
called?
I don't know what you mean. I know what you mean, but I don't know the name of it. Free? No, free. I was going to say free basing. No.
Free basic.
No,
No.
that's a yeah. No, there's another
Anyway.
name in you for people. Yeah, let's move on swiftly. Um, this was something I thought we'd just share. There is the Star Wars Celebration supporters page was just updated this week,
Hmm.
and oh look who's there. I've joined a few others in there. I'm sure you'll be up there with some others as well.
Yep.
Wolfpack guys and others coming too. But basically, a bunch of us are basically official supporters for the show, and we're going to bring you some news. So we might even manage to squish in a podcast, I guess. I don't know. We could do
Yep.
something. I don't know. We'll try it. But yeah, lots of other news coming. So stay tuned to some of these sites, and we'll bring you some Star Wars Celebration news when it happens live on the floor.
Sounds good. I will be there. Um, there was a new character name for The Force Awakens this week. This had turned up Stitch Kingdom, I think, had shared
Yeah,
this originally, but a simple search using the U.S. Trademark Office will pull up this name as well. But it's Captain Phasma.
Phasma. Pahasma. So
Phasma.
yeah, who knows? But yeah. So they've registered the applications of BB-8, Kylo Ren, Poe Dameron, and Captain. Let's go with Phasma for the
Yep.
sake of it. Yeah. So
Don't
who
know who
knows?
that don't know who that person is yet. There's some speculation out there that it could be the
Could be for a
Gwendolyn
bit.
Christie character,
Uh,
but I don't know.
who knows? They've registered a bit. I mean, as I get thinking about this after we talked about it last week, it could be for a game. It could be for a book. It could be for a
Could.
video game. Might not necessarily be for Episode 7. So yeah. So yeah, look out for Captain Phasma if he's coming. Hopefully, it's a cool clone or some armor that we've got to see. But yeah, next up is yes,
We had
these are
talked about
back again.
this next one here a little bit. Marvel has released another variant cover for Star Wars #1, and it is kind of like an homage to another Marvel property, which is also owned by Disney, and it's Magneto, which is kind of neat. I thought that was
Yeah,
kind of a
that is very nice indeed. Yeah, Vader's fist there, and very similar to X-Men's Magneto. So, God, another cover you gotta buy.
yeah.
This has got to be done in history as the most amount of covers for a
I,
comic, surely.
I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, we're getting
Wow.
it's it's getting close to 90 now, which
Just go for 100, why don't you? It's like
yeah.
kind of nuts.
What else? Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday. Uh, Maybe it's today, depending on where you live. Um, Yesterday was the Wear Star Wars, Share Star Wars, kind of a Twitter thing, where you purchase first you wear Star Wars, and then you purchase something to donate for Toys for Tots at your local, Toys R Us or whatnot. I did happen to do it, and this is a picture of myself, very horrible, with the
It's a
Phantom that
cool
I
gift for
purchased,
a tot, dude.
Lego Phantom that I donated to the Toys for Tots bin.
What a generous chappy. Well
Ah,
done, sir. Pay it forwards indeed. That was kind of, I didn't know about this until literally it just appeared. I think somebody just created this off the fly, surely.
yeah, this has been around for a few years now, I
Oh,
guess.
is it?
Yeah,
Okay. We're Star Wars, share Star Wars Day. Okay. It's a thing.
it's a thing.
It's a thing. So mark your calendars for next year. What else?
The next item was a little bit of Rebels news. It was revealed on Yahoo.com that Yoda was coming back to uh, TV and Star
Mhm.
Wars through the Star Wars Rebels series. Um, sort of. He's not really coming back physically or something you'll be able to see. He's more of a kind of a voiceover type of thing.
Yeah. So,
But it is going to be voiced by Frank Oz, the original voice for Yoda,
yeah.
which is kind of cool.
I'm surprised they didn't continue on with Tom Kane, who's done a sterling job over the years.
Yeah,
Um, the way they did this as well with James Earl Jones as well seems to be suggest that we're not going to see too much of these characters.
yeah,
Because I guess if it was Tom Kane or Vader in the show a lot, they obviously couldn't either afford to or really get those two actors, I think, at the drop of a hat. So yeah, I guess it'll be a minimal use of Yoda or maybe a one-off. So
yeah.
interesting. flashback or forward, who knows? So
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think from what the article said, it's more like a a voiceover that Ezra and Kanan hear during some sort of training. So
okay,
kind of cool.
there we go.
Um, Yesterday was a kind of an interesting event that happened regarding the Empire Strikes Back, which had a live read session. This article that that we're sharing here is from Entertainment Weekly.
Nice.
Various actors are doing a live read of The Empire Strikes Back.
That's phenomenal.
And
great actors in there.
Yeah, you have what's her name?
I know. What's her name? I know who they are. Yeah, Jessica Alba. My brain's going blank. He's from
Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Oh, so it is.
Yeah, he's playing Luke, and then it was like a big surprise at the end that Mark Hamill actually appeared to play several different characters. The Emperor, of which was one, Boba Fett. So
nice.
Pretty cool.
That would have been something else to be there to hear that. That really would have been live reads. That's phenomenal. So yeah. Oh, I'd have loved to be there. That would have been nice.
Mark Hamill did Obi-Wan Kenobi as well.
Nice.
So
cool.
Kind of coming full circle as far as he's now the Obi-Wan-ish type character in episode 7, and then he's also reading the episode or the Obi-Wan part in the live read, which is kind of cool.
That is.
Let's
cool.
see. Finally, there is. Number 9 was a poster that was shown at or signed at the event. That's available. I don't know if it's available for sale, but all of the actors that participated in the live read had signed this, and it's kind of a cool. It's Star Wars Episode 5, but instead of 5, it's Luke's hand.
I'm just we're having some YouTube issues here for a second. If I can pause this little thing here, come on. Super lag here tonight on Hangouts. Yes, this is rather cool. If we can share that finally, that's the next link. There we go. Finally. That is rather cool. That's the live read link.
Yep.
My apologies. Yep, the poster. That is pretty swish. So did you get that at the actual event? Was that?
Yeah, I'm not sure how you were able to obtain it, but
nice.
I thought it was pretty.
The hand of Hamill.
Pretty cool.
Good job. Good job. And the last one was the Omaze video.
The Omaze video. Earlier this year, there was the charity type of deal where you were to contribute to the Omaze project that said, what was it for? It was for UNICEF.
That's right. That's right.
And this is a thank you to all of the people that donated and made aware this event. So this is a bunch of people saying thank you from the set of Episode 7, and then you get some J.J. Abrams stuff in here saying thank you, and we get a look at Chewbacca.
I was going to say, how closely did you watch this for some alien to wander in the background?
I watched it. Yeah. I
was like expecting something, but there wasn't. It's really just an Amaze thank you video overall. But it's a great idea they did that. They tied in the release of this kind of campaign to such a huge movie, which was going to get great publicity. So why not raise some good stuff for charity? So
yep.
I donated. I know tons of people did. So
yep.
Yeah, very good. I think Force for Change.
I think they donated like $5-6 million for it. So
phenomenal. It's a lot of money to raise for a good cause. I think that's us.
I think that is us for this week. We did have a few toy acquisitions and purchases this week. At least I did. For myself, I did purchased the Samurai Darth Vader, so that is on
Nice.
the way. I can't wait. I just love that
Fun.
piece.
I haven't seen the Stormtrooper for sale anywhere yet. Have you?
Nope, I
Yep.
haven't
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I thought. That's going to be one for me.
Let's see. As I talked about earlier, I picked up the Star Wars Legos Phantom to donate to Toys for Tots, and then I kind of splurged a little bit and bought the Hot Toys Little Groot
Nice.
figure that went up. So
Very cool.
that'll be on my desk at work.
That's awesome. These are very cool little figures we've discussed. So, well, I bought something by this week. More Wave 5 and 6 from Dorkside, just to top up my carded ones, which was very cool. Get more of those figures. And just a little daft thing I bought today, just when buying some Christmas gifts for some friends, was a little set of Star Wars dog tags in two little, tons of different little designs. This just says Trooper underneath, but really solid heavy metal. And they come with little Star Wars cards on them. So there was a pile of them today. Never seen them before. So daft little Star Wars novelty. But that was it for me this week. I did buy some NECA Batman. That was another figure. In the
Oh
6-inch scale. Not a bad figure. Everyone's raving about this thing, but it's okay. It's not great. I have to say the Hasbro 6-inch scale is far better, but I'll give this a review in our Tech Sushi channel, and you can have a look at it if you want.
very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think with that wraps up this week's show. This being the show, I think, prior to Christmas, we will skip next week because I know I'll be out of town.
Sure.
We'll be back the week after. But again, we'd like to thank everyone that has watched and shared and viewed and contributed over the past year. We're not quite at our 52-week episode, which would make it a year, but still, it's been a fun run so far, and we hope to continue on through next year and beyond. And yeah,
it's good fun.
Good
Happy
fun.
Christmas to everybody. Yeah.
Absolutely. So again, thanks everyone, and we will be back in 2 weeks. Have a good night, everyone.
See ya.